Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So one of my viewers mentioned that they don't pick up microwaves or CRT TVs because they believe them to be too bulky, take up too much space, and not be worth their scrap value. They believe that not only microwaves, but CRT TVs, the highest you're gonna make is about $5. So what I wanna do today is actually an experiment by taking this apart, separating the items, and seeing how much this is worth, as well as answer a few of those comments. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, as well as their scrapping methods. But for me, microwaves and every other item is worth picking up. I live by the motto, you get what you get and you don't get upset. If I was to have passed this up and not found anything, then I not only wasted my time, but fuel as well. So definitely gonna pick up anything I can that is of scrap value. It all will go to the away from the landfill, which is a positive, as well as get some profit from the scrap. The nice thing about microwaves as well is they are 100% scrappable. I could actually bring this in as is and get appliance weight price, which is about 5 cents a pound. This microwave here weighs 41 pounds, so just from doing nothing, I would get $2.05 for it. The other nice thing I love about microwaves is they actually will act like a storage compartment. Once I'm done taking the goodies off of it, I do use the inner box here. I will throw all of my little pieces of tin and shred in there, and easy to compact in there, easy to store, as well as easy to transport. So that's another thing about microwaves that I love. The other thing is microwaves are one of the top 3 items that I find. And just from looking at it, I cannot tell if this is gonna be a copper transformer or aluminum. There are other people that say they don't pick up microwaves anymore because they believe that the transformers now have been replaced with aluminum windings. And that may be true for some, but just from looking at this on the curb, you can't tell. So the only way to tell is take your chance opening it. And even the aluminum winding transformers are still worth scrap value. So I will not pass up anything. And there's only one way to tell. If this transformer is copper, then I am gonna make a lot more money and profit than if I was to just bring this in whole or leaving it on the curb and hopefully allowing another scrapper to get it, because it would have ended up in the landfill if I didn't. So gonna open it up right now. As mentioned, the panel was broken off, and I will look at this in a sec, but with any type of your microwave, the first thing you have to address is the safety aspect. There is a capacitor in there that you need to discharge. So I have already removed, for the sake of time, the outer panel. This panel here, put a magnet to it. You can see it sticks. This is going to be classified as tin or shred. Any type of your appliance panel, like washing machines, dryers, stoves, this is going to be tin. And currently tin right now going for 8 cents a pound in London, Ontario. It has gone down a little bit. It was 10 to 14 cents last week. But again, 8 cents a pound, better than appliance weight price for sure. And I can easily just crush this up, put this into my truck so it doesn't take up a lot of space. So the capacitor, there are some models that have the capacitor right on the top. And I do have another full breakdown on a microwave that I will include the link to that one in my description, because they are or can vary in style. This is a KitchenAid, but I do have to first get the capacitor, which was on the bottom. This microwave uses some interesting bolts. There are a lot of security bolts on this that are obviously for safety features. The security bolts are the bolts that have the little nub in them, and that is why a type of tool, I have a set right here. These are my L-key sets, security sets. They're meant to keep, or the bolts are meant to keep people out, but these are special because they do have a circle or a hole in the middle of them. They go with the bolts that have the little nub inside of them. Some people will just grind them off, but I will just use this set. Very inexpensive, only costs about $10 from Canadian Tire, and I use it quite often. So just gonna remove right now the capacitor, which is on the bottom here. Okay, and the first thing I have to do with my capacitor is I have to first remove the brass prongs. Here's my capacitor. I'm just gonna take a rubberized handle side cutter, and I have to touch the knobs together. You can see right there, just touching those two will discharge this, free it of any charge or potential shock that it could give me. And these capacitors are worth some scrap value. If I put a magnet to it, this does have a magnetic shell. Some of them are non-magnetic and they are aluminum. Some people will remove the aluminum casing to get the clean aluminum price or the dirty aluminum for about 15 to 20 cents a pound. I don't do that, but I do have a full breakdown and I will include the video to that if you're interested in my link or my link in the description. So go check that out. But this as is going to give me 3 cents a pound. This is about 5 or 6 ounces, so not much, but better than nothing. But you have to make sure you discharge that before tampering with this to eliminate any potential shock. So safety first for sure. So I'm going to put that off to the side. I have also opened, I'm just going to quickly take this last bolt. I'm hoping that my viewer, and he didn't get back to me, at least if he doesn't take the microwave, at least take the appliance wire. This here is going right now for what we call 40% appliance wire and $1.50 a pound in London, Ontario. There is definitely a pound here, nice and thick, heavy, long cord. It does have on the ends here, you can see some yellow brass prongs. I do pull those off, put them into my brass. Brass right now going for $3.05. Some people leave them on for the weight. It does depend on you. I also will have this part right here. I will upgrade this little piece here, cut this off. This is going to be actually higher value, 60% appliance wire because it doesn't have the outer coating on it. And this right now going for $2.47 a pound. So cut that off. I separate it as I go along, but a really nice appliance cord for sure. Lots of tin in here. I've got a Magnetron here, lots of appliance wire. Just gonna start pulling some of this off, put my safety glasses on. Lots of, as I said, appliance wire. There's gonna be a fan in here. So a lot of bolts to look at, to take off, remove. So just gonna do that right now. There's a nice fan in here for sure. A lot of these, again, made the same way as other microwaves, just sometimes a different style, and some things are located at different places, but lots of great goodies in here. And I will also say, as mentioned, everyone is entitled to their opinion and their scrap techniques. And I do really appreciate the feedback and comments that people have. I'm not trying to, get into an argument with the scrapping community. I'm not trying to say that viewer is wrong. I'm just saying my methods and try to help fellow scrappers as well, beginner scrappers as they are going along. Okay, so inside here, there is a really nice copper motor. So right there, I just have to remove these few little screws. So just gonna get these out. Again, this is one of my first ones. Gotta just find my Allen, my right Allen set here. There we go. A little bit of plastic, I guess, from this fan, but that copper is going to be worth some good value. And for some of these items, I may not fully break them down. I will include the weight at the end. But actually, there is some tin on here that is connected. I'm actually just going to leave this plastic right on, throw it right into my tin, and get the 8 cents a pound. So some places, especially my viewers out east, have mentioned that they actually get paid for plastic at a scrapyard per poundage, which would be incredible here. Unfortunately, here in Southwestern Ontario, we don't get money for plastic. I wish our government got on that incentive to keep it out of the landfill, but that's great if you do. Here, again, if there's a little bit of plastic on tin, I'm not going to get penalized for this, especially because it has a nice big chunk there. So some more tin, really nice fan here. Once I peel that tape off, there is going to be a nice coil of copper. It's probably going to give me about 4 or 5 ounces, or 3 to 4 ounces. It's not much, but it's definitely better than nothing. Again, some more brass on here. The rest of this item, once I remove that casing, I'm just going to actually throw it right into my tin. These are very easy to take off. There is right here, you can see, it is crimped on there. So just going to actually put this right into my vise as is. And I'm just actually going to hit it out with a hammer. So just put my safety glasses on. You can see, hopefully right there, just bring it towards me. There you go. Break it out. Some of these will have a little bit of copper on the side. You can see right there, the copper. I'm gonna get those little pieces of copper off after. There's one there. There's one right in there. You can see it is tarnished or discolored, but that is copper. It goes all the way down that. But here again, nice bit of copper. Just gonna peel that, some more tin. Take my side cutters just to peel this plastic off, just to show you. Look at that beautiful copper spool right there. And again, it's just gonna fold off into my hand, breaks off. I don't have to remove the plastic, just gonna unfold it like that. So great item, look at that, look how easy that's gonna be. Nice big ball of copper. Pulls right out. All right, so I'm not gonna get all of it here. I'm just gonna pull off to the side, but look at that, just bunch it up into a ball. This is all gonna be number 2 copper. Currently, number 2 copper is going for $4.29 a pound. I do have to remove that tape, but again, a nice little piece here. The control panel, I did want to mention that when you have your control panel, I have already peeled it, but the ticker tape underneath, taking a knife and peeling it underneath, is going to reveal a small silver mallard board. This does have silver recovery in it. The control panel as well, as you can see here is a little bit of plastic bits that were broken off of it. I took the whole thing. I don't know if someone dropped it at the curb, but I wanted to make sure I cleaned it up for the homeowner. But the control panel here does have some really nice items. 3 relay boxes. This one's interesting. It's see-through. You can see the nice little spool of copper in there. It's got some silver dots on these copper pieces here, these copper nubs. These ones as well, once you remove the plastic. All of this copper right here is going to be going as number 1 copper. But these, what's interesting about relay boxes is once I open it, here's a great example. There is right there, that little dot or smudge on that silver circle is silver. So there is a little bit of silver recovery in these. I cut these off, put them into a little vial. The transformer here does also have a nice spool of copper in it. As well, if you're into micro scrapping, there's a nice IC chip on here, a couple of ceramic capacitors, nice little pieces of brass or brass prongs that you see right there. Some more brass on there. So I do pull all of these off. And the nice thing about all of my circuit boards like this, I can remove the goodies and bring the rest of it in and get e-waste price, going for about 5 cents a pound. So even if this is mangled, cut up, I still get the 5 cents a pound for it. Some places will give you higher value for types of metals on there, especially if they're precious metals. But here in Southwestern Ontario, all the same price. So I definitely want to make sure I get the brass and copper off here, as well as, you know, the IC chips I can sell online and other goodies. So make more money separating these items. I will include full breakdowns of circuit boards and how to depopulate them. I will put the link in my description as well for that. But some great items for sure there. I have right here my transformer. That is what I want to get to. Another piece of tin, I believe. So that came off of the fan. So all this tin, gonna upgrade from my 5 cents appliance weight to 8 cents for tin. But the transformer on the bottom, this is the money maker. I'm gonna quickly see, I got one more bolt that I have to remove to see if this is going to be copper or aluminum windings. We'll see how it is in a second. Okay, so it is taken off. There are a few wires I've got to cut. So there we go. So here's my transformer. Moment of truth. I'm going to scrape this with my file. There are different styles of transformers. This weighs 15 pounds as is. And some of them are going to have aluminum, especially the newer models, more of them. Some of them are copper. Some of them are copper aluminum or aluminum copper. So just going to scratch it. That one does reveal aluminum. Now I got to look at the other one. So one of them is aluminum. And if these are both aluminum, I have spoken a lot about transformers putting them, if they are aluminum, into my tin pile. I have had a lot of my viewers from the US say that they actually take the aluminum off and they get about 65 cents a pound for the aluminum. Now, I actually just looked at the prices of aluminum transformers, and they are going for 17 cents a pound. So you can see right there, that too is aluminum. So this is aluminum. So because this is aluminum, I'm not going to do anything to this. I'm going to leave it as is and bring it to the scrapyard, get 17 cents a pound for it in London, Ontario. And as I said, this is going to weigh about 15 pounds. If it was 10 pounds, $1.70 just for this. So a nice score for sure with transformers. But again, you've heard me on a lot of my newer or my older videos that I will take my transformers, throw it right in the tin. Because tin is dropped, now I'm putting it into my aluminum transformers. So it does depend on prices. You do want to keep up with current prices, factor in the differences. But now, as I said, with transformers going up and tin going down, that is definitely my better option. So I will just store this up. Very easy to take this off. If this was copper, it just has a weld here that you're going to break. And I will include the link to the link in my description how to remove the copper out of these transformers. Very easy to do so. I do want to make sure that I get the brass prongs off here. But again, aluminum, 17 cents a pound for that. My Magnetron I have in here. Just going to quickly get... The Magnetron does have copper in it. And I'm going to open this in a second. Magnetrons are or can be dangerous. You do have to be very careful with these. Safety comes into play for sure. And I do have breakdowns on how to open these. But there is... Let me just fold this up so I can see it. That's too big. Here's my other one. There it is. Nope, too small. So this one has actually made a little bit of work for me, getting different bolt sizes, and you know, they're meant to stay out. So, you know, but either way, very easy to take apart. Okay, so there's the side there. Pull that out. Just again, some more plastic. Cut these out. A little bit more brass prongs. I do remove the light bulb. The light bulb will contain a little bit of brass. You can see the brass on that. As well as inside of there is a little bit of aluminum, but the rest of this I can recycle. This plastic here. So this wire, gonna just get to right now, excuse me, my Magnetron. All right. Sometimes these can be a little bit greasy or worn, if you will. There are also in the door always going to be some silver relay boxes. Other ones. So we'll see what happens here. So just if I was to look at this right now, if I was to say that there's 35 pounds of tin shell here at 8 cents a pound, you know, gonna make more money for sure, bringing it in, taking the time. I still use it as a storage unit for sure, but if it is copper, you're laughing because I've been able to pull sometimes 1.5 pounds of copper out of these transformers. So it does add up for sure. Hey, but you know, you just want to check before. You never know what you're going to have or what type of appliance you're going to grab. So just getting these last two bolts here. There we go. So this is going to unscrew. Again, Magnetrons are or can be dangerous, especially depending on the age of your microwave. They do contain some of them beryllium, and beryllium, if breathed in or inhaled, can cause what we call berylliosis. So you have to treat these with care and caution. And I do have a full breakdown on how to handle these. But magnetrons are an excellent, excellent item. So there's my magnetron. I'm just gonna pull this out. So really nice piece of brass in here. That seal right here, or that ribbon, easy and safe to touch right now because it hasn't been cracked, but there is aluminum in here. Two really beautiful magnets. There is a little bit of copper in here as well. So first thing I do want to do is I'm just going to open this box and I will just put it onto the side. Use a hammer first thing. I'm not disturbing any of the beryllium or ribbon, so I'm just going to actually just crimp this or just hit it with a hammer, put it off to my vise. Okay, put it off to the side. The other one. There we go. So uncrimp it. Again, haven't disturbed any of the beryllium. So just gonna cut. There are two of my copper wires in there. Now what I'm gonna do is just throw this right into my vise. And I'm gonna peel the top. I have to take a flathead screwdriver right here. Put it in between. There we go. Okay, so fold that up. Nice piece of yellow brass, some more tin. And now that I've actually cut the bottom, I can actually just now pull this right out. There you go. So there is my copper. Again, the ribbon has not been disturbed on both. But what I do like to do is, just as to err on the side of caution, I will actually put tape around both of these ribbons, just so if it accidentally gets scratched or when handling, bringing it, transporting it to the scrapyard, don't want to disturb it. So I will do that. But the inner core here is copper. And I have already actually gone ahead and cut it. So here is, there's going to be two caps like this on there. And again, I will have my full magnetron breakdown, but it will have two caps. Notice that I have the one cap has tape on it. The other one I do believe that I dropped when I was moving stuff around in here, unfortunately. But I have a whole bunch of these in a bucket. I'm just going to show you one. This is what it looks like right here. So there you go. I put tape on it. And all I'm actually going to do, as you can see, I did scratch it. They do contain copper right there. I just take a grinder and I will grind down both sides of this, get that nice piece of copper. So again, a nice copper ingot, if you will. Okay, so this all adds up as copper. Okay, so go check out that video for sure. That little transformer on the control panel, that is the little bit of copper winding in there. Again, I will show you a full breakdown on small circuit boards from control panels. They are worth taking, so there are a couple pounds or a couple ounces of copper in here as well. The rest of this does have, you can see, some really nice brass. All of this wire here is going to be classified as my 60% appliance wire. There are a couple silver relay boxes. All of these have them. So just going to pull one off right now just to show you any type of clicking. These always have 3 or 4, so you can hear that clicking. Inside of that is also going to be another relay. So I've actually opened one. There it is right there. So that is the inner pile or inner view. After that, again, just going to remove the pieces and you can see a little bit more silver on that. So again, all of these microwaves, easy to take apart. It is unfortunate that that transformer was not copper, but they are easy to take apart, 100% scrappable as mentioned. All of these little pieces now, I could just put right back into the opening there, the box, easy to transport, and again, 100% scrappable. So again, just wanted to make a video to rebuttal a few of those points. We are all entitled to our opinion. I do appreciate the feedback and comments. as well as techniques from fellow scrappers as well. But again, something is better than nothing. If I'm to guess how much copper I have here, even if I have a half a pound at $4.37 a pound, you know, I'm at least gonna make you know, $6, $7 from taking this apart, opposed to if I was to just you know, bring it in as appliance weight, or unfortunate if I was to just pass it up entirely. So I will have the full weights and price that I got from all of this in my comment section. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, please continue asking questions. Look forward to the comments as well as the different techniques, as well as suggestions. So continue asking away, working with the community. Love doing my part to help clean up this environment and planet, and diverting items like this away from the landfill. So hope you enjoyed again. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.